Hello everyone and welcome back to Diablo 3. Last time we lit the beacons in the Skyforge battlements. Anyway, we rallied the defenders of Bastion's Keep, and now it's time to raise the catapults. So, Skycrown battlements, here we go.
Fight with everything you've got!
And the battle scenes are still fairly intense and costly to the frame rates, but I'm now getting almost no drops below 30, so this is much more playable and much better quality, I think. Using the poison darts to open crates and such is quite ineffective. I have to say by now that I prefer the fire bombs, I think they were called. Well, the last active skill we got, basically. Regardless, though, here we get a little event, which is not random, by the way. This will always happen, so...
Treasure! The keep is falling apart!
Let's see what Captain Hale has to say.
Thank the heavens you're here. We're down to 4 lads until reinforcements arrive. Trouble is, the lift stopped. We can't see what went wrong through all the muck down there. Oh, what now?
More of the brutes from below, Captain. What do we do?
Private, if you need to be told which end of the sword goes where, you haven't been paying attention.
Okay, so this would be one of the ideal places to summon the fetish totem thing, which increases attack speed, because I think it should affect my allies as well, and because this is a defensive quest, I'm spending a lot of time in a single location. Wait, why am I still getting zombie dogs? Didn't I change my passives?
Hold steady, lads! Reinforcements are on their way!
Oh. I must have made some mistake there.
Demons! Get ready, men!
Oh, that was a good poison cloud. Totally eradicated
Victory!
those guys. However, I am fair. Oh, I did. Why would I keep Circle of Life? I must have picked the wrong skill, so I want to replace Circle of Life with the bad medicine, exactly. And this looks a lot better now. And I actually forgot one more thing which I wanted to mention. I have a new spear, which I got on a different character. I am losing a little bit of damage, but I still get the life leech, which is quite good. And I am also getting a lot of defense, so I'm using that spear now. It doesn't have a socket, unfortunately, so if it did, it would be a lot better than the mace I had before, but it doesn't, so yeah. I also got a legendary mojo, but it's substantially worse than the one I currently am using. So these zombie dogs will now eventually disappear, because I do no longer summon new ones. And here's another one of these colossal Golgor things. And for some reason I'm still getting frame drops. I don't know what's causing them though, because there shouldn't be any background processes running at the moment. So, strange. I think it's because there's a lot of particle effects when these fallen prophets, when these large groups of imps basically spawn. Oh well, I can't really help it.
Needs more time.
It's not that bad.
The spirit
all in
aid
all.
me.
Okay. Sadly, this is a little bit repetitive, just the same kind of combat over and over again. I'm still trying to single out the profits as much as possible. And I need to remember to use my... what's its face? To use the asset cloud, exactly. And... okay. Thought I was still getting zombie dogs, but I shouldn't be. One more of the colossal things. The rune I currently have on the poison darts seems really pointless, by the way. Just because mana regenerates so fast anyway. It doesn't seem to have much of an impact on skill availability. The issue still seems to be recharge. Like that's what limits spammability rather than mana. Actually, I think I know what might be causing the issues with the frame rate, so after this episode is done, I think I should be able to fix that quite easily. I changed some settings on my graphics card. And I think that might be the issue. I had recently bought the Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition for PC. Up to now I'd only been playing that on the Xbox. I can't record from the Xbox though, so the idea was that I basically bought the Prepare to Die edition on Steam, while on the Steam sale, so I paid about €6 for it, which is less than $10 in case you're from America, and so that was... it was quite cheap, so I don't really care if it doesn't work out. But yeah, just by the looks of it, it's not gonna work out recording it. I can barely play it at 30 FPS, and when recording I go down to 15.
We're all going to die.
Very often, so it really isn't playable while recording. But anyway, among the things that supposedly could have fixed the frame rate issues, none of it really worked, but supposedly because I'm using a Radeon graphics card, these apparently don't always realize that they are running a game when playing Dark Souls. So what happens supposedly is that the graphics card just goes to idle mode randomly.
I will never stop fighting. You know this. I see this ruin, and I wonder if there is even a chance of victory.
Well, of course there is.
Cost us everything. Victory is the only option.
Am I still getting? I could swear I'm still getting... Oh, I know. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm getting zombie hounds, zombie dogs from my Grasp of the Dead. Oh, right. But yeah, anyway, in the process of fixing that, supposedly increasing the graphics quality in the graphic card settings, supposedly would have helped basically making the card remember that it's actually running a game, because it was more demanding. And that apparently fixed frame rate issues for some people, not for me though.
You must be the one that lit the signal fires. Help me free the recruit so they can raise this catapult. Over here.
but I believe that might be the reason.
Excellent. Let's protect the recruits while they raise the catapult.
Yeah, that might be the reason I'm getting worse frame rates than usual. Anyway, this is the first catapult. And the way it works is we just freed the recruits, as you saw, and now we need to basically kill all the incoming demons while the recruits work the winches here to get the catapults up. It's quite simple, really. You just... And you can't lose this. If they die, others come back, but obviously if they don't die, it goes faster, so... There's also lots of breathing room, as you can see, especially if you're quite quick at killing the enemies. You tend to have lots of time in between where nothing is attacking, so you can just stand there and prepare and heal up and collect loot and all that stuff. Quite conveniently while they are still raising the catapult and no enemies are attacking. There we are, it's done. Event complete. What do we have up here? Nothing. Yeah. But that was only the first catapult, so 2 more to go.
Your death comes.
Yeah, and I do need to remember the asset cloud, because that's actually quite a powerful skill. As you can see, the area is large and the damage is very good. And, well, I do have the rune which increases the area. By the way, this guy is probably gonna get carried off. Yeah, told you so. That's the one thing I quite dislike about the area, just like a little detail. You quite often you see like these soldiers defending the keep, struggling in the defense and stuff like that. But it's all scripted, so either they are invincible until you come close and then they die, or they just get carried off instantly, or they are so weak that they die instantly as soon as they are attacked. At least the way I see it, like I've never really been able to save these guys from death, which, I don't know. I would prefer if it was possible to save these guys. If it's like, as they are now, they are just a bit of scenery making it seem more dramatic because they're all dying, but there's no way to actually save them from their fate. So you can't go around and kill, for example, those flying guys, which pick them up. You can't kill them. That's just background scenery. And I always thought they could have done more with that. They could have made it a like kind of an overall objective of this area to try and save people. And here we are at the second catapult, which is another defense mission, obviously.
Scouts report that more of those wretched demon hellbearers will be here in a moment. The soldiers need to be protected. The platform will rise more quickly if we don't lose men.
So now we have to defend ourselves against, well, you'll see in a moment, because we are about to be attacked. I still don't know the precise order in which these demonic hellbearers come out. If you know the exact order, you can obviously anticipate where they are going to attack and use that knowledge to your advantage. As it stands, I do not know the exact order. But that should be all of them. Even if the catapult is not fully raised yet, once all the demonic hellbearers are destroyed, you can just run ahead. Because the quest will now just complete itself. Which is rather convenient, because actually when you're better equipped at a higher level, you can deal with these guys.
Do you see that enemy over there?
You can deal with these guys quickly, and especially if you play this area a lot, which I used to. You basically... so close. You basically know in advance where they're going to strike, so you can be ready and instantly unload on the guys, and
Needs more time.
that way you can finish that event, like when the catapult is halfway raised, you can be done and all the enemies are gone and you can just leave. Just a little bit of a potentially useful bit of advice. But yeah, anyone playing this twice probably will have figured out that he doesn't need to wait for the catapult to be raised once the enemies are gone. And the acid cloud is really good. And we're already close to the third catapult, so the way this level is structured is basically getting to the first catapult takes a long bit of walking, basically. But then the 3 catapults are actually quite close to each other.
Needs more time.
Fine. And in this defensive mission you actually have to do something yourself. But first we need to deal with this boss group. Evil Ivy Hollow. No problem though. No problem at all.
A worthy opponent.
Yeah, totally worthy. And now, Lieutenant Clifton.
Are you alone here?
Of course I'm bloody well alone. Everyone else has gone and died, but I'll be damned if I'll leave my post. Make yourself useful and spin that winch.
Yep, this time we actually have to do some work ourselves, but this is actually not too bad. It's quite a quick thing. Basically, as soon as the winch becomes an interactable object, you can click it, and then you have a bit of a few second break in which you can fight, and then it becomes interactable again.
Oh, right, don't mind me. I'll just bloody well carry on trying to raise a great bloody catapult on my own, shall I?
And obviously he gets annoyed when you don't click very quickly, so it is possible to do this without him having any of that being annoyed because you're slow dialogue, but the only character I've ever managed to do that on is my wizard, which is quite well equipped, and especially the wizard.
Promise Captain Ho I'd watch my temper. Do me a favour, and don't mention that I shouted at you a little, alright?
Fair enough. And the wizard also has the Hydra, so I can just put down the Hydra and then focus on the winch, basically. But yeah, that's us done here, so let's go back to town.
The way opens before me.
While you tinkered with your paltry catapults, my demons breached the depths of your keep. Once they've claimed the Black Soul Stone for me, your entire world will burn.
Fair enough. We got a level up in the process though, so I'm guessing I'll do the level up now. Locust Swarm got an upgrade. Locust Swarm has a 100% chance to jump to 2 additional targets instead of 1. I wonder why they say 100% chance, because that's always gonna happen. Unless there's some way to influence that chance, maybe. Anyway, Locust Swarm. And the Zombie Charger, which I've never really warmed up to, never really liked it. If the zombie charger kills an enemy, it will reanimate and recharge nearby enemies for Okay, so basically if he does actually manage to kill someone, he starts over. Cool, cool. And a new passive skill, so if anything, I will probably replace the Gruesome Feast. All of your damage is increased by 20%, but your mana costs are increased by 30%. Well, that's a no-brainer for now, because I don't think my mana is currently much of an issue. So let's just do that. And talk to Tyrell.
Asmodan's demons have opened an enormous hole in our walls and are flooding into the depths. If it is not closed, the keep will be overrun.
Then the breach must be sealed. I will see to it.
Oh, he's got some dialogue.
From the King of Westmarch.
Has he agreed to send us reinforcements?
My lord says he will send no living men to battle imaginary demon lords.
Perhaps he'll believe when his kingdom is burnt to ashes around him.
So no help coming from the outside then. Tell us about Tyrell's command.
You are a great warrior.
And your leadership has guided us all.
I do what I can. Imperius himself would have been hard-pressed to hold these walls as long as these soldiers have. This world owes them a great debt.
Who is Imperius?
Imperius is the Archangel of Valor. It is he who commands the legions of the high heavens.
Okay, and Battle of the Diamond Gates.
Will your eternal conflict ever end?
We thought we had lost everything at the 5th Battle of the Diamond Gates. The prime evils and their legions crashed against the very entrance of heaven itself. But one of my most trusted lieutenants, Iswal, turned them back. Still, the day might have been lost had the demon lords not fallen to fighting amongst themselves. So confident of their impending victory, they turned on each other over the spoils they had yet to win. I shudder to think what the demon lords might accomplish should they ever stop betraying one another. Such is the self-defeating nature of evil.
Okay, let's check out the followers. Okay, nothing new. Nothing new. Hadric, nothing new. Shen, nothing new. Okay. So I will check out my graphic card settings and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.